Sex education programs offered by non-education ministry organizations will be subject to more levels of vetting. The Education Ministry reviewed such programs recently when concerned parents wrote in. The leadership struggle at Women's Group Aware brought to light that the sex education program's instructor guide stated that homosexuality was a neutral word. That got some parents writing to the ministry. Today, Education Minister Ng Hen announced that non-MOE programs will be centrally vetted by the ministry. Schools must choose from the list of approved programs if they wish to hold them. And approved program agencies will be under contract to stick to the ministry's guidelines.
External agencies who want to participate must share those values, must agree that those are the same values that they have, and will adhere to the general framework of what is being taught. There might be very well organizations who feel that they don't agree with this framework or the approach that MOE is taking. And for these external agencies, I would advise that a more productive way is not to be involved with us in MOE, but to submit their views to the steering committee which I've appointed, and which will consist of professionals, so that the professionals can weigh the merits of their argument. If indeed the steering committee feels that there's merit and that there are some improvements, they can change the program.
When choosing organizations and their programs for schools, MOE will also consider the public's trust. Let's hear what the Education Minister has to say about that.
I would frame my remarks for all external providers, external vendors. MOE will not be able to use external vendors unless the public can trust that these external vendors teach what has been agreed in the framework and subscribe to the values of our framework. It's just not effective. I mean, parents will have to trust that the external vendors do it within the understanding of the framework, because if not, they have the option to opt out. But if they don't opt out, the assumption is that, well, I am allowing my children to receive this education with what has been agreed upon. So external vendors who don't share this, I think it's not productive for them to be involved. And if we feel that parents cannot trust these external vendors, we will not be able to use them. We will not be able to use Aware for these reasons until they have gained the trust of the public for their sexuality programs.